This is a 2025 Chevy Traverse High Country, and this trim level was brought back for 2025. I borrowed it from Jerry Seiner Chevrolet here in Salt Lake City. Be sure to call Larry for availability. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description with the colors, and then this is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Now, base price comes in at $55,800, and then here are all the options on this one. So it does have that twin panel panoramic sunroof, floor liners for $350. Lastly, it does have the integrated cargo liner for $175. Destination comes in at $1,395 with a total price of $59,220. And then off to the side are the Philly comment numbers. This generation of Traverse is the absolute best. No longer does it like a minivan like the previous generations did. Has a bold design, and I feel as though it's like a unisex. I feel like male and females can actually drive this and feel good about it too. Now on the front end, you guys see how on the grill you have those horizontal bars that run through. It looks really good, finished in chrome. There is a camera in the center there. This one also does have the premium headlights, high and low beam LED, so great lighting on the road. It also has the sequential turn signals too, and those act as your daytime running lights. Front parking sensors, they also give you one off to the side here for pulling into the garage. And notice how you have some airflow through the front of this bumper right there. Adds a nice style to it. You have a gloss black finish down below and around the grille too. And as far as your suspension goes, you have these McPherson front struts, fabric material for the liner, independent suspension, and then here's a quick look at your tires. These are the Continental Crosstack LX20 tires, 275/45, 22-inch wheel. And notice how you have that machine face with the black pockets on there too, 6 lug. You have the black fender flares, high gloss, and down below there on your mirror caps, they did a great job overall with the design on the side view too. As I said, it looks very upscale. And this one does have the roof rails too. Not too much chrome on the side. You have your turn signals, cameras, blind spot, heated outside mirrors, smart key system on the front and rear doors. And notice how they add a little bit of chrome around them too. They don't look bad. I like that. As far as your fuel tank capacity goes, it's going to be 21.7 gallons. So that's a pretty big fuel tank. And notice that rear window. Now let's go ahead and step up so you guys can see that twin panel. You also have your shark fin up here. And then out back, you have full LED taillights. They also have animations on there too. Notice how you have the quad tips with the dual exhaust. They hide the hitch. And in the center, they do black out, which looks really good. They had the clear lens for the taillights as well. Now this is power. For some reason, it must be disabled. But notice how behind the third row seat you have so much storage. It almost looks like a Suburban, almost. Obviously the Suburban probably has another foot more behind the third row seat. All power in the rear. So if you want to put these down, you can, although you have to make sure the second row is up further. Notice how you have this protection back here. They still give you the carpeted floor mats, tie downs. Below this floor, you have deep storage. Your spare tire is below there as well. And if you want to put this down, they have the button there, and they give you some lighting up top, which I like to see. I would like to see some on the side because there's none on the roof or on the sides there. You can't drop down the second row. And as I said, this is not working, so there must be a button you can push to turn it back on. They do have a camera above for your rear view mirror. And and I'll show it to you guys on the inside. And then here's a nice side view of the Traverse. So here's the not so great news about the Traverse. It's this engine. Most people in the comment section will complain about this 2.5 liter inline 4 turbocharged engine. Now, I did a comparison showing if you put this engine up against a Tahoe with the 5.3 liter, this one is actually faster, but people don't care. It's just the fact that they don't want a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine in their SUV. But it does have 328 horsepower, which comes on around 5,500 RPMs, and 326 pound-feet of torque, which comes on around 3,500. It is aluminum construction, direct injection, and all that power does go through an 8-speed transmission. All-wheel drive is an option. As far as the interior goes, soft touch on the door right there. Great design for the trimming for the interior. Seat memories. You have the power outside mirrors. Auto up and down for just the driver's side window, and auto down for everything else. You have some satin treatment on the door here, including that door handle. This button will open the rear hatch. Premium sound system, and then down below, hard plastic, which is pretty typical. Now, as far as the seat goes, just to make sure I check, this is a 12-way because I'm including the lumbar support, which goes up and down too. And the seat is decent size for a mid-size SUV. It's nice and wide. Look how thick the steering wheel is. This came out of the Tahoe, by the way. And then this does have the Super Cruise. You have your all-wheel drive modes, electronic parking brake, auto stop start, 11-inch screen, and then you have a 17.7-inch screen. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. On the dash, soft touch, more of that graphic design there too, satin around these air vents. Now on this side you do have a 10-way seat, and it just kind of goes up and down, so this part of the cushion doesn't go up and down. And notice the perforated leather, that stitching and piping color is like a goldish color. Looks great. And they give you leather and storage down below. See those all-weather floor mats out back. Here's the door. That soft touch does continue at the very top here. You have the captain's chairs in the second row, and these do recline and scoot forward and back. Seat back pockets, grab handle, which makes it easier to get inside. Love the black liner, LED lights, and they do provide air vents on the roof. Cup holders, single climate control. These captain's chairs do have heat, 120 volt power plug, and you also have your 2 Type-C USBs. In the center, they provide those all-weather mats. Now, third row seat is a little tight. They still provide some storage right there, USB. That's going to be the exact same on both sides. 60/40 bench in the rear, and I believe that's everything I want to show you back here. That's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Push button start. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys for this is going to be the ambient lighting. So if you click here, I'm going to show you in a little bit darker setting. You do have multiple colors that you can choose from, and this is very nice. I like the fact that they give this to you. You can also brighten up the color for the ambient lighting. The only negative thing is they don't give you the light on the floor. I like to have light on the floor, and I wish GM would do more of that. Even in like my Corvette, they give you the light down there, but when you're driving down the road, the lights turn off. Like when you turn the car off, the lights come on. Like, why not keep those lights on all the time? But that's just me. That's just me. Now, this does have the Super Cruise function, so if you want to use that, it's hands-free, and you can tell it has it by this right here and this little monitor. Now, this 11-inch screen does give you a lot of information. If you push this button here, Notice how you can have full screen navigation. So if you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto up on this side, you can listen to your music, have navigation right in front of you. There is no heads-up display, however there is an alert up there which shows up on the windshield. You have this screen, a little bit more cleaner screen there, and then back here on this side, if you go to vehicle status, this gives you a lot of nice information. I like to see gauges and temperatures. Great layout for that. Now if you want your trip information, if you were wondering, you didn't probably see it over here, there's no buttons on the side either. You would have your trip information in here. So you have your fuel economy, current trip, and you have your trip 1, trip 2. You can reset those. Now if you put it in reverse, 360 camera view, and notice on the side you have an overhead view there, and you can see front and rear if you like. Side view, which makes it easy to park and check if you're between the lines, if you need to hook up to a trailer. Also, they do have your guidelines that you can turn on and off. Yeah, a lot of nice features. Now notice too how you didn't have a lot of like buttons on the outside and the inside the interior, that is. You have your windshield wipers over there. This is your gear selector, right? But where's your lighting? So if you go to this button here, here's your lighting. It does stay in automatic, and this is your lane keep assist right there. If you get lost too, you have a home button up top there, and that brings you back to this menu. You can customize this. Let's say if you want your Apple CarPlay over here, you can do that. You can select your cameras pretty quickly too. And climate control is on the screen. This is a 17.7-inch screen, but they do give you climate down below, and you can sync it together using this button. That's the only way you can do it on the screen. Climate is also here. I will tell you, it might be better just to get used to it on the screen, because in the future, this is all you're gonna have. Now, if you want to go out back and control the climate, you just push this button here. Now, just above the screen, you have this camera view here for the rearview mirror. Up top, place for your sunshades. If you want to slide the shade, all the controls are for that. For your vanity, they do provide that warm white LED on both sides. Now let's just see, does this have home link? I think home link might be a standalone option. So let's click this button here. And it looks like home link could be, yep, it's right here. So if you go to your universal remotes, this is where you can get to set up your controls for that. So you have up to 8 remotes. And if you're getting a lower trim level, be sure to option that if you're building it from the factory, because it is a standalone, I believe, on some of the other trim levels. Just below the screen, you guys see you have 2 USBs, 12-volt power plug, wireless charger. You have your cup holders and place for some extra storage. Inside of here, this is a removable tray. This area is illuminated. And lastly, here's the nice view of your center armor. It has that perforated leather in the center. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. If you plan on towing a trailer or putting this in your business name, these numbers might be important to you. Gross vehicle weight is 6,394 pounds, 22 by 8.5 wide wheels, and then all in payload is 1,451 pounds, 35 psi for the tires all the way around. Hope you guys liked the video. I think that the Traverse is one of the best midsize SUVs on the market today. Hopefully in the future they'll add another engine option for those who want a little bit more power, because at this price point they're very, very close to the Ford Explorer, which offers a 3-liter twin-turbo V6, which will definitely outgun this. Maybe in the future I'll do a comparison with their engine with this. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure your notifications are on. See you guys soon.